Alright, so today we're going to make the world's best chocolate chip cookie. I pretty much follow Nestle's Toll House, just standard cookies, but I tripled the vanilla, so it's a tablespoon of vanilla. I add an extra quarter cup of flour, and I don't remember, something else. I'll show you as we go along. And what?
Mini chocolate.
Oh, and mini chocolate chips! Yeah, thanks so much. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So I wrote down my little altered recipe for my friend, and I guess he doesn't normally cook, and so he went exploring the grocery store for creamed sugar and for packed brown sugar, which are actually things you do to the sugar, not things you buy. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this step by step, and I hope you enjoy. Since tomorrow I'm going to start the PX93, I'm going to bake cookies tonight because that's the plan I'm going with. So, first and foremost, pull back your hair. Nobody wants your nasty hair in the cooking. Next, you cream the butter. And what that means is literally you attach one of these suckers to your thing. This paddle is for cookies. This one's for making whipped cream. We're not using that one. This one is a hook for dough. We're not using that one. This one, so you don't make it. I'm not using that one. Alright. Attach it, and then shovel it in there. I always like organic butter the best, and it needs to be at room temperature, which means it should be really, really soft. Kind of like, should be very mushy to the touch. Okay, that's what we're going for. If it's not like that, put it in the microwave for 5 seconds, rotate it, put it in for another 5 seconds until it's mushy. You don't want it melted, but mushy. We're going to take our white sugar, and it's 3/4 cup white sugar. Now, the butter's gotten nice and almost pearly-like. It's heavy. Alright, now, brown sugar. This is the way you pack it. You shove it in there, and literally, you smush it down. I usually smush it down with a bag so it doesn't get over everything, but my husband will tell you I make a huge mess normally, so it doesn't really matter. So, literally, you're going to pack it in there, okay? That's the whole idea of packed brown sugar. There's air in it, and so you kind of squeeze it out so you get the most in there. 3/4 white, 3/4 brown sugar. Dump that in there, and cream some more. Okay, one more time. Let's get that out there. Gotta make sure it's on. That you break them over here, because if you do it in there, then you're going to end up fishing them out later, little teeny tiny shells, and that is never fun. I say this from lots of experience. Okay, so that is not creamed enough. We need to let it cream a lot more, but we're going to add the eggs to it. It's also very important you scrape the bowl as you go, because if you don't do that, you're going to end up with parts of it mixed and other parts just not mixed. It'll be gross. Also, you want to add your vanilla about this point. And it calls for usually about a teaspoon of vanilla, but really what you need is more like a tablespoon of vanilla. That's one of the secrets I learned. Was someone said to double the vanilla, and I thought, ooh, well, let's triple it instead. And it tastes very good. Now, I want you to see this. Since I'm not going to bring the whole machine to you this time. This is what it should look like. That's creamed. That's nice and yummy. Okay, now, we got the sugar, we got the vanilla, we got the butter, we got the eggs, all in there ready to go. Now, we need to add the dry ingredients. And they're supposed to be sifted, which literally means this little thing here. It goes through and it puts air into the mix. So, when you're doing flour, you have to level off the flour. You use the back of a knife, and the recipe, and of course I'm using good old-fashioned Toll House, Nestle's Toll House recipe, but I'm changing it with just a handful of little things that I have found to be something that helps make them perfect. It calls for 2 1/4 cups of flour, but instead you add an extra 1/4 cup, and it makes your cookies a little lighter and fluffier. So 2 1/2 cups of flour, and that was leveled off. And then we're going to do salt here, a teaspoon of salt. And yes, I did use salted butter, and I'm using salt in there, so I like salt. Baking soda. This is the biggest baking soda I've ever seen. Here we go. We're going to put the baking soda in there. And you sift it. All right. Now, this you're supposed to add gradually. You do not want to overmix the flour. Otherwise, you'll end up with flat cookies. Scrape the sides as you go. Make sure you get it all mixed in there. Okay. Now, make sure it's all the sides are scraped. There you go. All right. Now, 1 full package of Toll House chips, and then, thanks to my friend Mr. Ireland, he suggested some mini chips. So I also use the mini chips. About 1/3 of the bag seems to do it. Mix. And voila, it's ready to go. If you bake, I'd highly recommend a Silpat. It's just this rubberized little thing that you can get over the internet from France, and it really helps make sure that the cookies' bottoms don't get burnt. And a good way to measure it out is with a little cookie scoop. Just like that. Oh, just like that. Okay. And I'll be back in just a second to show you how they come out. Okay, so they're ready. I like them when they're golden brown, just a little white on top. And always remember the hot pad. I've occasionally just reached in the oven and pulled them out. Wow, that's a surprise. Now, when you pull them out, you're looking for them to be golden brown. If you like them to be soft and gooey, then you want them to be a little underdone. If you want them to be crisp, then cook them longer. These cookies will be absolutely heavenly. You want to let them sit for just a little bit on the tray. Now, I oftentimes try to get them off because I don't want them to continue cooking. And so that's a bit of a trick. I'm not burning myself. All right, so there you go. You can let them cool right here on the sill pad, or in a minute or so, put them onto a wire rack. Now, cookies are the very, very best way to get an A if you've got a project to do for a teacher, to get an A with your boss if you've got a presentation to do. So I'd highly recommend learning how to make warm chocolate chip cookies, because there's nothing any better to impress most people with. Most people do not go to the trouble of making a cookie from scratch like this, and oh, these are heavenly. So have an absolutely delicious night, or day, or morning, whatever it is for you, from The Messy Chef. You see, though, I did clean up most of it, so you can tell my husband I did do a good job cleaning up. So there you go. Have a great day. Bye. There's a fire happening across the street in the apartment buildings. And here's a brave fireman up there trying to put it out. God be with him. Fire is just raging on.